Hello everyone and welcome back to the Hardcore 1.21 Let's Play. Last episode we built this sugarcane farmhouse. However, I meant to put a couple of new paintings in here, and I didn't do that, so I'll make a couple blank paintings. And I want to put two on this wall, so I'll block sections off with dirt. And I've picked out these two for the space. I tried to find nature-themed ones, because it's a sugarcane farm, so I went with a sunflower painting, and this ocean-y one since the fountain's right there. We've also got a little space between the shelves, so we can have a cute little flower painting as well. The last thing I want to improve on this build is the outside. I want to have some plants along this wall. I don't think it'll break any part of the farm by digging a couple blocks out. Yeah, we're good. I just need to put some water in here to be able to place some sugarcane. I haven't checked in a minute, but we should have a bunch in the farm. 57 should be plenty. I'll pick all the pitcher pods that I've got, because I think these will look good next to sugarcane. I'll start by alternating the two, however, I think that's a little much. Instead, let's do a space between the pitchers and the sugarcane, so I won't run out of pitcher pods this time. Yeah, that's some good decoration for outside, themed appropriately for the build. Now, the first major thing I want to do today is clean up the mineshaft. Mainly because this is the way that I get down to my geode, and I'm worried about mobs, especially creepers, stalking me in here. To start, I'll take down all of the oak supports, and block off any passages that aren't necessary, so this isn't such a maze. There are spiders hissing around me. There are definitely places that I haven't cleared, so there could be a cave spider spawner around, and I really don't like that. I feel like that's a super easy way to die. Oh my god, I forgot there was lava here. Oops, I'll just get rid of that now. Oh right, this is a big dark spooky area that I avoided when I first explored down here, because of things like this. Plus it leads to a pretty elaborate cave system. But I should be prepared now, right? So far I haven't run into anything. I know I'm probably jinxing myself by saying that, but my strategy of running and placing torches non-stop has worked so far. Hey, that is not cool, dude. That's actually the first thing I've run into in these caves. What the heck? How far away have these caves taken us? There's an emerald in here. My goal is to light up all of the caves in this system, but the dripstone lava ravine, I think I'll just leave as is. I'm all set with that, but now that I've lit up at least the caves, not the whole mineshaft though, I can run back through and collect all of the iron and copper. And some coal too. Ah, oh no, boy, small demons. I never remember that silverfish can spawn places other than just strongholds. Dang, that did a surprising amount of damage. I guess I'll just leave the rest of that coal. We've come to another point of uncharted mineshaft territory, with a chest. And it's got a book. Actually, a really good feather falling book. We need that. I've only got feather falling 1 on my boots at the moment. Wonderful, I wasn't expecting that. Man, the copper is really overcrowding my inventory. Let's make a crafting table real quick, and turn this into copper blocks. That's much better. Oh no, the gravel! Daisy! This might be too dangerous of a place for Daisy. I thought she would be a good creeper guard, but this is terrible. Uh-oh, I see a bunch of spider webs. Is that what I think it is? Crap, it's a cave spider spawner. I need to light it up. Ah, but I'm poisoned. This is too scary for me, I'm running away. Alright, that was a very brave first attempt, but let's explore over here before we tackle that again. Okay, that didn't turn out to be a whole lot. Except for these ores that I can take. So I guess we need to go back there. I'll be a little smarter this time and equip my shield. How far do I have to get before it's light enough to stop them spawning? This might be good. Oh, there's one stuck on the fence. Hello there. These things are terrible. The second one is stuck in this passageway. And a third. They're all hanging out ready to pounce on me. But I think the spawner is now secured. Once I've cleared the rest of the mineshaft, I'll come back and make an actual farm out of this. Which will mean string for infinite candles. Which is the only reason dealing with these is worth it. Hey, this opens up into a cave. That's neat and scary. Oh, it leads to the dripstone ravine. I don't love that. Whoa, there's another big cave system even deeper down here. Oh god, there's a creeper. Daisy, help, help. Good, he's scared. Definitely not me. Oh, hit Daisy. She's alive. Holy crap, she had to walk right into that. Not to victim blame, but dang. I don't know why I'm continuing down these paths. I don't even need anything from here. I just want to make everything safe and lit up. Wow, look at that, we found another way to our geodes somehow. I suppose I'm staying down here to collect any redstone I find at this point, since after last episode I really need to restock on it. I'm also collecting all of the copper. I just can't stop myself. I feel like there's going to be a day that I run out, and I'm definitely not going to want to come all the way back to a random blocked off tunnel. Ooh, there's a golden apple in this chest. I hear a witch giggling. No thanks. I do not want to run into that at all. I spent the next hour or so underground going through the mine, collecting any ores that I came across, and slowly but surely blocking off any halls that didn't lead anywhere. Now the mineshaft is fully explored, and the only passages are the one to the geode, over here, and the other goes all the way to the spider spawner. I've stored some stuff in a chest here because I was constantly running out of inventory space, but now that we've cleared everything out, we can bring all this back upstairs. Using our Fortune 3 pickaxe, we've got a huge amount of copper. Not as much comparatively, but we also have lots of iron. And over a stack of gold. Oh, I actually forgot this bit of iron. I'm going to need to smelt all of this, and at the moment I only have one lava source. And I've got plenty of iron now, so I can make a couple more cauldrons. I'll put them next to the original, and I'm hoping this won't start a fire. But we need to have a lava bucket here, after it's securely blocked in by tuff and cobblestone. This will now give us 3 times more lava to smelt everything from the mine shaft. However, I'm impatient, so for now I'll use some coal to begin this process. I mean, look at how much copper we have, this is going to take a while. Aside from the ores I got from down there, I also took all of the oak planks and fences, and this is everything we have. So I won't need to make any oak fences for a while. I did end up using a lot of the planks themselves to block off the hallways, so we didn't really save any of those. We also found this feather falling book. Although, I forgot that my anvil broke last episode, so I'll need to smelt some iron instead of copper first. I'll also add one more blast furnace in the basement to speed this up. That didn't take long at all. We've got more than enough iron to make an anvil. This is probably going to take a lot of levels. Well, we're only 3 short, but I'll put this off for now. I want to make the spider farm next, but while we're doing that, I'm going to be traveling up and down from the spider spawner location, so something finally needs to be done about this stairway. I've got stacks and stacks of stone, so I'll use that to make some stairs. And we might as well make them stone bricks so that they look slightly more put together than what this haphazard hallway really is. There, I've raised the ceiling up a block so we can walk up and down quickly. And now it's way easier to get to the mine shaft. Now we can make our way back to the spawner and dig out a 9x9 spawning room around this thing. Okay, I accidentally made the room too tall. Spiders are kind of tricky because they climb walls, so keeping it short will prevent that problem a bit. Next is the water to push the spiders to one side of the room, where we can swim with them. The room is big enough that it doesn't reach this last block, so we can dig down without having to place signs to block the water, and add another channel to funnel them into this one block. And now that I'm looking at it, I think that we're in a cherry grove, or under it. I think that's why the water is such a pretty color. It's a shame that it's going to be covered up and filled with spiders in a few minutes. As for the grinder itself, we can't use a bubble elevator on these guys since they climb the walls, and they won't fall down the pit. So everything just needs to stay on this level. I'm not sure exactly how to make it so that they can't hit me, so I need to figure that out. I think it's better to have a 3x hole here, and if I line this with slabs and a trapdoor, it should be small enough. Finally, for the dangerous part. Removing all of the torches in here. Cave spiders are super fast, so I'm kind of worried. They're after me, oh god, and one followed me. This is already going wrong. Close it up. Oh no, okay. It escaped. Not for long though. Alright, this should start collecting spiders. It seems to be working well. I don't know if there's anything we could do to make it more efficient, but it's just getting lots of spiders. I don't have bane of arthropods on my sword, and I'm not sure how much that would really help, but we could get a sword dedicated to this at some point. I also don't have any looting enchantments on my sword, but that would help to get more string too. But we've got enough for now, so let's decorate this area a little, starting by carving out a bigger space. I've resurfaced for a minute to grab some honeycomb for candles, and I'll bring a few dyes with me as well. With all of the string we've farmed so far, we can actually make a full stack of candles, but we'll use those later. First we need to put some proper stairs in here, and I'll use polished andesite. For the rest of this, I want to theme it off a mineshaft, because, well, it just makes sense. Plus I've got the materials for it. We can make a similar style of supports along the walls and ceiling. That makes it look a lot more like a cave spider farm. To change the floor up though, I'll make a cobblestone, and maybe bring it up on the wall a little. In between the oak fences, we can dig out some holes for stone shelves. To fit the theme, I'll place some rails around, and for storage, I'll use a chest and a minecart. Now we can use the candles. A lot of the normal color ones work in here, but some grey, black, and red fit the colors of the spiders to further signify what this area is for. I won't light all of them because that would be a little chaotic, but I'll light a few in spots where we need more light. I've also got a few cobwebs collected, so I'll let those in. I was going to have dripstone as well, but there's not a ton of space left, so I'll just put a few around. I've been killing spiders, and I think that I want to add hoppers and chests so the loot will be automatically collected. That's much better. And I think the cave spider farm is all set. We'll be able to make all kinds of candles using this. To make the whole mineshaft area more productive, let's walk to the geode, because I want to make it easier to harvest amethyst in here. The first step is simply clearing out all the blocks that aren't budding amethyst blocks, trying my best not to break any of those. Whoa, I broke into a mini cave and I was lighting it up to keep away the monsters, and there's another geode right here. I was not prepared for this, but I'll have plenty of amethyst if I strip both of them. This isn't going to be a cohesive or symmetrical looking farm. All I'm going to do is construct a few platforms so I can reach all the amethyst blocks. And we need a pillar here to get up to the mineshaft, of course with a ladder on the side. Plus we can now use this to have multiple levels of platforms. I haven't made a path to each block specifically, but I can kind of jump around to get to everything, so this should be good for farming amethyst in this geode. Next is the second geode down here. Let's clear it out like we did for the previous one. Oh crap, I broke a block that grows the amethyst. My bad, but it's not like we don't have enough. This geode seems smaller than the other one, so it should be easier to make into a walkable farm area. I didn't have to add as many platforms in to get to everything, and this is what we ended up with. I'll gather some crystals now that we can easily do so. We're out of inventory space because of all of the blocks from the geode, but this should still be a good amount of crystals. I even dropped off some blocks earlier and still got a bunch more. We've got lots of calcite and basalt to work with in the future. For now, I'll make tinted glass, and I want to use a little bit of it to replace the glass in the lava farm. This will block the light from the lava source and make it easier to tell if there's actually any lava in the cauldrons. I've gotten more glass, but I still only have enough to make half a stack of tinted glass. I'm not sure how much I'll need for the next project, which is over at the village, so I'll get Stan and ride over there. Oh, where is Stan? I brought him back the last time I rode him anywhere. Oh no, he might have gotten pushed out of the pen. It's just the moss carpet, so it's possible. He could have left ages ago and wandered really far away. I'll search the immediate area around, but I don't have a horse, so it'll take a while to cover any meaningful distance. Dang it, I don't see him anywhere. Well, I guess I'll have to continue without him, and head to the village. Wait, I saw a white horse out of the corner of my eye. Is that Stan? Hello? Man, it's just a stupid white horse. Stan might be lost forever. I've walked to the village, and I want to use glass to replace the tunnel walls of the skeleton farm. The spawner is in a unique spot, and it's unusual for the bubble column to be visible above ground, so making this tinted glass will still block any light from going in, and it gives us the opportunity to be able to see the skeletons going to their demise. This house is in the way of progress though, so it'll have to go. I ran out of glass, so let's search around for some sand. I see a riverbed in the distance. I've gathered most of the sand around our house, so I'll get a lot from here so we can have extra to use later. There is a furnace in the skeleton farm, with only 2 coal, so we won't have as much glass as I thought. Although I do remember seeing coal on the side of this mountain. Yes, right here. Perfect. While we're waiting, we might as well repair our tools. And we've made 52 more blocks of glass to use. It's getting dark and I keep seeing light in the top of the column. Did I leave a torch in here? Oh my god, I did. What the heck? I don't know if that affects the quality of the farm. Not that it's really slow, but maybe it'll be faster now. Okay, the tunnel is now completely glass, and it looks a lot better than the cobblestone atrocity that was here before. I need to make sure Daily isn't stuck on a bed, and now we can go back home. White horses keep spawning around, and I always think they're Stan. They never are, though. The last thing I want to do today is relocate the bamboo that has been slowly taking over the area right in front of our house. It blocked a lot of the ground, and I can't even see the library from here anymore. But actually, I forgot about the feather falling book we found. And we have enough levels from our 2 XP farms. I'll combine it with my boots on the anvil, and we now have a good pair of feather falling boots. As for the materials we need to build a cute build for a bamboo farm, I'll first really need bamboo. I'm also planning on using jungle wood, and I don't want to take this tree down, so let's go mill a new one in our backyard. I've already chopped the whole tree, but I need some stripped logs, so let's place a few back down to strip them. I also need some mossy stone bricks. If I was thinking, I would have sheared the vines from that jungle tree, but I'll use this one instead. We need granite, but I've got lots of that. I don't have a lot of tuff, but 27 is enough to make a few tuff slate slabs. I'll also make some polished deep slate slabs, chisel deep slate, and we already have 4 deep slate tiles. You would think with the amount of time we spent underground today that we would have plenty of cobbled deep slate, but I need a bit more. Let's make some mud, and packed mud. I'll bundle some trees to gather birchwood. I want to include the new copper blocks in this build, so I'll make some doors and trapdoors, plus cut stairs. And I need a campfire for our fireplace. And finally, we can start building this thing. I want it to fit in front of our bee house, so first I have to adjust the terrain a bit. The base is going to be deep slate, 11 blocks on the front and back, and 17 long on the side for a smallish rectangle, and this flower grid will have to be disturbed. On the corners, I'll use tiles and chisel deep slate. Continuing this on the second layer, I'll use polished slabs on every other block to top off the base. The entrance will be on this side, so it needs stairs, which can be made of tough bricks. I originally was going to use slabs, but I think it should be steeper than that to take up less space. I'll use the copper materials for the doorway, for a 3-block wide entrance to fit the stairs. The walls of this build are similar to the library, with some granite, moving up to packed mud, and the jungle planks at the top of the sides. The center walls need to be higher for the roof, so I'm continuing the gradient with stripped jungle logs, oak planks, and lastly stripped oak logs. In these holes on each end, I'm putting in windows. They end up only being too tall after the mud brick trim around them. And I'll build a 2x3 window with mud brick sides on the lower wall. Now for the roof. On the sugarcane farm we used a darker green gradient with moss and bamboo. For this one I want to use bamboo, but I want it to be different from the sugarcane farm, especially because it is right next to it. So I'm starting with regular bamboo, then the same block with the middle facing out, then the stripped bamboo in the same position. To transition up, I'll use mosaic blocks, then we can use the regular bamboo planks, and finishing off with birch planks. I'll add some more windows jutting out of the roof to break it up. Matching the jungle to oak gradient on the upper walls, I'll use oak planks. Next, let's add the trim on this building so it doesn't look so naked. I made this really expensive because the length of the roof is outlined in trapdoors. To support the corners of the roof, some dark oak fences, along with stairs and slabs underneath the first layer of bamboo. Let's outline the rest with more dark oak planks. The entryway needs something else, so I'll extend an overhang above the door, with some supporting dark oak. Let's do a similar overhang on the window, but instead of dark oak, I'll use spruce, connecting it down to the deep slate base. The only thing that's missing from the build at this point is the chimney on this wall. This is what the mossy bricks are for, and I'm making this big enough that inside we'll be able to have a 3-wide fireplace. The chimney thins as it goes up. Walls are a good way to move from a very wide section to a single wide top. Jutting back out with some andesite stairs, and the campfire for the smoke, with andesite slabs tied to flames. We've got this little section of the roof that I want to hang a platform from, kind of like it's being used to transport bamboo. It's a little tight on this end with the barn right there, but I made it work. Now, to make sure this looks like a place that farms a plant like bamboo, let's add in greenery around the whole build, including some plant boxes hanging off the side of the wall. I'll do one big one on the back. Obviously, I'll plant bamboo in here. The short ones are only 1 block tall, which means that the bamboo will stay in this sort of sapling stage. This is good because it'll look different than the bamboo that will grow up in the box next to it. This gives a bit of variety to the plants, even though it's all bamboo. The grow boxes were the last finishing touches to the outside of the bamboo farm. Now we can make it functional. I've collected a bunch of dripstone from the basement, so I'll use that for most of the floor in here. There will be 2 rows of bamboo on these blocks. To border the dirt, I'll use copper slabs. Underneath the dirt is where the rail system needs to be, so I'll do that before it becomes too crowded in here. With the tracks laid out, we can now set up the pistons and observers. This is different from the sugarcane farm because it's taller, so instead of a line of redstone taking up space behind it, we can make a tower of observers that will activate the pistons individually. To finish the farm part, let's plant the bamboo and enclose the farm. On the sides, I'm using trapdoors instead of glass to make it less blocky. For the ceiling, I'm going to use chiseled copper because I haven't done anything with this new block yet, and some shroom lights for the light. I'll make use of the oak fences we got today for a railing on the edge. I should cover up the unsightly rail, and I can have some barrels to be able to move my bamboo storage out of my house eventually. I filled some spaces with chiseled bookshelves. Next, we need to finish up the stone fireplace. Scaffolding makes a cute little table for the empty space in front of the fireplace. For some of the last decorations, let's make a few flower pots to add on the counter spaces and hanging in front of the window. Some leaves around as well, and glowberries that will eventually give off more light for this room. There's still spots I could put stuff on, so I'll do a couple candles. I don't have any green dye, which would be great right now, but I'll use yellow instead. Finally, let's put a painting on this blank wall. This one kind of matches the copper door. With that, the bamboo farm is complete. The farm is working away, and I'll save a lot of time not chopping bamboo. I really like how this room turned out. It has a jungle-type feel to it, and the redstone of the farm is disguised pretty well. We've made a few different farms today that will help with future projects, but with that, that is all of the time I've got for today. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.